How hurt is Cody?
I don't think, it's just he's really sore. We got hurt in the sternum and there's a bruise there. I just don't see any need for him to play. I mean, we have another game. I don't think it would be wise to go all the way from Monday till the weekend. But basically, listen, losing yesterday, I mean, these games are to get ready for the playoffs now. I don't see any difference between 5th or 6th. You're not going to know who you're going to play, nor does it matter. So, not that we'll try to win the games, but, we got to worry about our execution and keeping our rhythm. And if somebody's hurt, there's no reason to have them out there.
From what you've seen on film of the Celtics, what have you thought of Jared Sullinger's rebounding?
I think as a group, one of the things that stands out is their physicality. I think as a group, and not only does he bring that, but again, what they do is they have Isaiah Thomas, who, again, if you looked at the playoffs in the East, and if the playoffs are about having a guy to get the ball to in the fourth quarter of a close game, you'd start with LeBron, you'd probably go to Wade, and then the next two guys you'd want on your team would be Isaiah Thomas and DeRozan. To me, I mean, he's that good, and he's not guardable with any one player. Plus, he's getting to the basket and drawing fouls a lot more than he did before. But what goes along with that is the skill level they have on the floor beside him. And Sullinger's a big part of that. Whether he's at the 4 or the 5, he can pass the ball, he knows how to play, and he can shoot.
Steve, do you see much separation between these teams that are kind of clumped together in the middle of the East? You, Atlanta, Boston, Miami. It seems like you guys can go up and down depending on the day of the week.
Yeah, I mean, I think when you play 80 games and everybody's surrounded, separated basically by 1-2 games, there's not a lot of difference. The East in my 3 years here is night and day from what it was 2 years ago. We won 43 2 years ago, and 46 we have right now, and we're a significantly better team than we were then. I think the East is balanced. I think there are very good teams in the East. Obviously, look at talented teams that won't make the playoffs. So it's a totally different world.
Coach, you mentioned the Celtics team, just their physicality, overall skill set. Anything else stand out to you in terms of what's allowed them to have success the past 2 games against you guys?
Well, I mean, actually, if you look at it, since they made the trades at the trade deadline last year, and they got Thomas here and made the trades, we haven't beat them. Before that, the 2 years, I think we'd actually were pretty even, or we might have beaten them a little bit more than they've beaten us. We're 0-2 this year in the last 2 games last year with him. We have yet to solve him, and I think we've had fourth quarter leads 3 of those 4 games and haven't been able to guard him in the fourth quarter. Again, when you have somebody in the last 5 minutes of a game he can get a shot, not get a shot, he can get a shot, a makeable shot every time he touches the ball, and that's what basketball is all about. So he's he's more than just a weapon now. I mean, he's, again, to me, he's an elite offensive player.
Are you surprised that he can score against size the way he does?
It's funny, Michael Longobardi, who was here, was with Phoenix, and when they got him, I was talking to him on the phone, and he said, look out. He said, people don't realize this guy is a handful, and it's incredible what he can do and his ability to shoot it, to drive it, his mid-range, scoring, drawing fouls. So, I didn't know how good he was, but he's just so skilled with the ball under control, and he's a very good competitor.
Steve, how has Kemba emerged as a leader on this team? Obviously he's improved on the court, but just kind of as a leader and being the head of the snake.
Well, I think he's been, he's more verbal, than he was. But again, I don't think guys have to change. He's always led, by his intensity and by his competitiveness. I think it's contagious the way he plays. I'm not a believer that you start asking guys to come out of who they are. I think when you're playing with him, I watch the other guys play with him, he's almost always energetic, he's competitive, he plays with detail, and when he does that, everybody else follows.
What has Courtney brought to you guys?
He helps in every phase of the game. He's just a smart pro player. whatever the coverage is, he gets it right every time. Whatever you're running on offense, he doesn't blow any sets. When he's open, he shoots it. When he's not, he passes it or drives it. And he can really guard. So he's helped us in a lot of ways. Good.
Does having Courtney really help kind of offset the loss of Michael?
Oh, big time. Yeah, big time. Yeah, no, he guards. I mean, he's always guarding the other team's primary scorer.